Dementia can affect people's memory, language, problem-solving and other thinking skills, which can impact on a person's ability to perform everyday activities. So the Side by Side initiative is trying to do something to help.
Side by Side is a initiative by the Alzheimer's Society to help prevent isolation and loneliness for people living with dementia in the community. It enables volunteers to be paired with people living with dementia who may have shared interests or hobbies, to enable people to get out of their homes and reconnect with their communities who may have lost a little bit of confidence to go out on their own.
But why did they feel the need to provide this service for those living with dementia?
It's really important that people don't feel lonely and isolated, particularly living with a diagnosis of dementia. People can become very isolated very quickly once they have their diagnosis and lose their confidence. Maybe they don't want to go out because they're feeling a little bit confused. And it enables people to continue with their hobbies and interests that they've always done, that you and I enjoy. But maybe they've just lost the confidence to do that after diagnosis.
So for Greg, who is a volunteer with the charity, we asked about his experience of partnering up with someone who he'd never met before.
I think if you go into these things with an open mind, then there's a fair chance of it working, so that's a good start. If both people are of an open mind, and if both people are, I'd like to say, easygoing or relatively amenable and just very friendly, then it makes life a lot easier, of course. And certainly in Martin's case, you couldn't want for a more gentle and sort of kinder approach to things, and just a very good guy. One thing that has developed much more over the 15 months, I guess, is initially I guess we were very reserved, should we say, but as time goes on, the conversation gets a bit more ribald, and maybe the language sort of flowers a little, and some of the topics get a bit more fruity. So things develop as you go along, and that's nice as well, because then you're sort of earning mutual respect and mutual trust. So that's a very satisfying feeling.
And for Martin, he thinks this has become more of a friendship than a partnership.
Well, he seemed to be all right. I allowed him in the house, and sort of it developed ever since. I'm very grateful to him for the time he spends with me, which I sometimes wonder whether he finds it a bit boring, but we seem to be more friends than just a sort of pseudo relationship.
So he looks forward to the time spent with Greg.
It's something I can look forward to every week, that we go out together, and Greg sort of organises trips here, there and everywhere, either walking 4 or 5 miles or going to some function or other that's on for the time being.
But it doesn't only help the partners.
But it also benefits families as well. So if the person has been out on their outing or activity with their volunteer, they go home feeling happy, and families can see that the person they care for has had a really good day.
Ian Sheridan, That's TV.
A bit cheaper than a 3-bob gun.